Have you ever been told that you're too old to do something? Yeah, annoying, isn't it? But when it comes to cycling, that's one of the biggest myths out there. They say you don't stop cycling because you get old because you stop cycling. So today I'm going to share with you 5 tips that will keep you on the bike and make you much fitter, much happier and far more rebellious than any old man stereotype. My brother-in-law absolutely loves these car programs where they go into scrapyards and try and rescue old classic cars. And it doesn't seem to matter how many decades it's been sat there rusting away. With a little bit of hard work and know-how, not only do they always manage to get the engine running, but they also manage to drive it, even if it's only for a few meters to get it onto the low loader. Think of your body in the same way. The moment you stop moving, it all starts to seize up. But the good news, it can all be turned around. And cycling is one of the best ways to do it. Not only is it low impact, so it's not going to damage your joints, it's also going to give your heart, lungs and muscles a thorough workout. Studies even show that regular cycling can improve your cardiovascular health and help reduce the risk of chronic diseases, as well as keeping your mind sharp. And let's not forget the sheer joy of it, the sense of freedom and the wind in your face. It's basically the fountain of youth on 2 wheels. When I was in my 20s, many of my friends went off and did these Club 1830 holidays. So basically 2 weeks of beering and birding it up in the sun on a Greek island somewhere. These days, now I'm in my late 50s, I'm more inclined to do something like a saga holiday, for example, where I'm exploring a historic city and enjoying some fine dining with my partner Diana, and generally avoiding any activity that might involve questionable decisions at 2 o'clock in the morning, particularly ones that involve lady prison officers. And I'm not even joking now. And just as I wouldn't want to do another lad's holiday like that, I really don't want to do the same sort of cycling now that I did back in my 20s. Back then, it was all about speed and pushing myself to my absolute limits, but these days, it's much more about enjoying myself while trying to improve my general fitness. Yes, I still enjoy a challenge, but it's not about knocking myself out, and it's more about having fun. And naturally, that's also going to mean a few other changes as well. So that super aggressive ride position might need a bit of a rethink. Plus, you might want a more comfortable bike geometry and maybe even consider some wider tyres for extra comfort. And of course, climbing is also going to be just that little bit slower as well. So there's no shame in it. Take your time. You'll get to the top eventually, or maybe even, heavens forbid, consider getting an e-bike. At the end of the day, cycling is your ride, and adapting it as you change just means that you get to enjoy it for longer. The other day I was driving in the car with my niece, who's 30, and a Post Malone song came on the radio, so I turned it up and started singing along. And naturally, my niece was absolutely mortified. She was amazed that I even knew who Post Malone was, let alone knew the words to one of his songs. Now, as far as I'm aware, there's no age limit to enjoying music or cycling. And even though the pros are in their 30s and 40s, that doesn't necessarily mean that us oldies over 40 can't enjoy it and reap the benefits from it. Fitness isn't about age, it's all about consistency. People in their 50s, 60s, 70s and even their 80s are seeing massive improvements in their strength, endurance and well-being. The trick though is to start at your own pace, increase gradually and most of all, keep it fun. Even if you're returning after a long break, your body will adapt quickly. So muscles will become stronger and your heart and lungs will be much more efficient. And before you know it, your short rides will become much longer ones. There really is no finish line when it comes to fitness, only progress. I'm sure we've all experienced that really infuriating moment when your computer freezes, and all you can do is the classic turn it off and turn it back on again. And cycling works like that as well. It's like your mental reset button. And that's because cycling isn't just about physical health. You may be stressed out or be worried about a few things, but going for a ride is your way of just turning it off and turning it back on again. Thanks to the endorphins it releases, going for a ride has a way of lifting your mood like nothing else. It can reboot your spirit and clear out the clutter of worries, proving that sometimes all you really need is a bit of a distraction, or possibly even a bit of human contact to get yourself back online. Now let's imagine that the great physicist Stephen Hawking let his disability define his destiny, and he swapped cosmic theories for a quiet retirement. Thankfully, he didn't, and he went on to completely revolutionize our understanding of time, space, and the universe. So if a man in a wheelchair can navigate the cosmos and rewrite the laws of physics, why should we let age define what we can do on a bike? Somewhere along the lines, society decided that after a certain age, we should just stop doing cool things, or better still, curl up and die. What a load of old bollocks. Cycling isn't about age, it's about attitude. And there are people out there in their 60s, 70s and 80s still riding bikes, still smashing it up mountains and still loving every single minute of it. The idea that you can't improve or you shouldn't push yourself is utter nonsense. The body adapts, endurance builds, and performance improves no matter how old you are. So the next time somebody looks at you and says, "Aren't you a bit old for that?" just smile at them, embrace your inner cosmic rebel, and go off and enjoy your ride. I believe that there's always something new that we can learn that can help us to enjoy our cycling even more. And that's why I've created my own free monthly newsletter packed with tips and tricks to help you do just that. And if you'd like to sign up, I'll leave a link in the description below. In the meantime though, thank you for watching and I'll see you on the next one.